Welcome back to Daybreak. A few minutes with Phillip Morris, candidate for Talladega County Commission District 5. And Phillip, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
I am good. A week away, or less than a week away now.
5 days.
But it seems like forever.
Well, considering that it was put off from March the 3rd, 31st, dropped up to July the 14th, it has been one of the longest runoff campaigns in history, probably, for our area.
So
of course, that's because of COVID-19.
Yeah. Did you have to jumpstart? You know, I know you started and, you know, we get out there and then we have to postpone it and then you're starting back.
That's it, yeah. Started running had about 2 weeks there. We were seeing a lot of people and all of a sudden COVID-19 shut everything down. We pulled back the campaign, regrouped, and then started over, 6 weeks ago or so.
For people who may not know, a lot of people do, but who is Phillip Morris?
Well, Phillip Morris, I'm a lifelong citizen of Talladega County. Been here all my life. Been in District 5 most of all my life. I was born here at Talladega Hospital. I own Morris Custom Marble and Granite. We're a family business. Been in business for nearly 40 years. I've owned it for the past with my family, my wife, Robin, and my son, Justin. We've been there for, I worked for Dad up until about 12, 13 years ago when I took over. Hopefully my son will take over later there at Morris Custom Marble and Granite here in Talladega. It's good to have family because it allows you to do the things like I'm doing now. Now, out running, for this position, for county commissioner. So, having that luxury of being able to get out and do things and work for the people of Talladega County, it's a nice thing to be, being in business for yourself and having family there with you to help you,
You could have continued with the family business and that kind of thing. Why run for this position?
I love people. I love being a servant of the people. I've served as a city councilman. I've served on the utilities board as a liaison to those folks. I know I got some insight of their commercial development board. Several things that we've done. Of course, I'm currently now a 911 board member. I'm also a newest housing authority board member. If you know anything about that, it needed some work over there. We've been continuing to get it in better shape. And also, I am a planning and zoning commissioner here for Talladega, certified planning and zoning commissioner. So I wear a lot of different hats. Served on a lot of different things in the past 20 years. But when I got into it, I guess I was a volunteer firefighter. I was certified volunteer firefighter for several years in my younger days. Animal Rescue Foundation. I was a vice, chair to it and chairman for a short period of time. I become a councilman, and then I become their liaison to that organization. I was responsible with the council putting in the shelter we've got now. A little more modern. Of course, it's getting a little older now, but at that time it was pretty ultra modern compared to what we were doing back in the day. So I guess that's Phillip Morris. I just enjoy serving the people. Once elected, regardless of what party you come from, you serve everyone. Democrat, Republican, and independents, and everything in between.
Now, you've been a part of the Republican Party in different areas as well.
I'm vice chair of Talladega County Republican Party, and I'm also executive member of the state party. That's a challenge. That's a challenge there to keep. You got a lot of things there that it's a lot of people don't understand, but you got to understand the Republican Party. If you stay straight true to this platform, and that's what the party's doing now, probably more so than ever. It's keeping it. Try to stay with our morals and values of the Republican Party and what it stands for.
You are a grandfather?
Yes, I am. Case and Emma. Got my daughter-in-law. My son works for the family business. My daughter-in-law, she's a social worker. And then, of course, I've got a daughter that's going to be a senior this year at Talladega High School. I hope COVID lets her actually have a regular, regular school year. And we'll have to see for that. Still.
And you got a lot invested in this community.
Well, I do. I really do. My business, my family. Talladega County. Really in Talladega County. We have a place on Lay Lake. We work here, we play here, we hunt here, we fish here. You know, you really ain't got to go nowhere else to do anything. You know, Talladega County's got it all if you look around and see. I see some areas where Talladega County can be better. I think that, and I was going to mention to you, there's a proposal out there for the state to representatives for the state to give us county commissioners the ability to pass a gas tax for them. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No.
That is probably coming up. I was in a forum last night, Republican forum, and I was asked that question, you know, would you be for passing a gas tax on the citizens of Talladega County as a commissioner? And my answer was absolutely not. There's always money needed. Mm-hmm. I feel like the people in this end of the county feels like they probably pay enough taxes. When you pass a gas tax, you start affecting the working folks having to drive to work every day back and forth. There's other ways to create money. It don't have to be through taxes. You know, I think we need to get a little more new and energetic and look at ways to boot up the tax dollars without charging more tax dollars. And we can be active in even pushing more for more better paying jobs here and the mom and pop businesses and push those people and encourage those people and give them a good reason to go in business in Talladega County. And then that will put more money in the county coffers.
Greg Atkinson, who is the current commissioner in District 5, is not running for re-election, and he has urged people to consider you.
Yeah, he has. We first started talking. Greg told me one day, he said, Phillip, he said, you're as qualified or more qualified than I was when I started being a county commissioner with your background of being a councilman, that kind of thing. Legislative branch between commissioner and city councilman is very similar. You know, a lot of people think that being a commissioner is you're a road commissioner. Well, you're a little more than a road commissioner.
That's what it used to be, you know.
Well, yeah, it used to be. Yeah. But now you've got a whole budget of the sheriff's department to your road department to your drug task force, 911. There's just all kind of services that the county commissioners, you're steered over the taxpayers' money to be sure that those facilities are funded properly to do the job they have to do. Roads are never ending thing. Now, I do believe that you need to, and I've seen it when I was a city councilman here, if you let unpaving go for several years, you'll never catch up. You need to have so much paving going on every year, a budgeted amount for every year to pave things. And we don't see that. I'd like to see a little more of that. I hope to get that going. Right-of-ways, stuff like that. Being out there talking to the folks, you know, you get questions like 21 paved from 4-lane from Sylacauga to Winterboro.
How many times have we heard that?
you hear it a lot. Now, first of all, that's not a county commissioner's position. Okay, that is a state position. If you come in at Winterboro there to new school, you'll hit these counters and what they're doing across the road. I don't know if you're paying attention, but you run them over until the traffic breaks there. When 4-lane ends there, it breaks toward Childersburg or coming on to Sylacauga. Yeah. When that number gets from there to Sylacauga to where the state's numbers work, and then they'll look at it. There's some people who love to see it. Now, there's some folks that live on that side of town could care less because they know how 280 is out here. They know all of a sudden people drive a lot faster on it. So, but the state determines that. They're not, when they get ready to do it, they'll do it. There will be no pushing from no county commissioner getting it done.
Where is District 5?
Where is it?
What is it? What area does it encompass?
Just this side of, just this side of, just a little bit past Sycamore, a little bit into Alpine, and then all the way back down to the county line, Talladega County and Coosa County line. And then, of course, over to very little of 280 is in District 5. Sort of splits it. Pinecrest area on the south side or southeast side of 280 is in it. So both sections of Pinecrest is in the district, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot on that side.
Is there particular issues that you see in particular geographical areas that need attention in District 5?
Yeah, you do. You know, heavily in the rural areas. it leads back to paving, Jimmy Dale, and another thing is right away cleaning. They've done a pretty good job. They've done a good job, and I'm not knocking anybody out, but I think it's places we just don't pay attention to. We were out campaigning the other evening up until about dark in the most southern tip of the county, close to Coosa County line, and those folks down there, they was pointing out several things that somebody just failed not to pay attention to. So, there's a lot to do. Another thing too, you're talking about cleaning up. I've heard some scuttlebutt from different people out there that love to see Avondale Mills property cleaned up. You hear that a lot. You got to realize, county commission is like the city council. You can't work on private property because I don't look good in orange or stripes. And I don't think I want to wear those. So, the Avondale property, there's been effort started. The cities took on, and for the county, for the Planning and Zoning Commission, we okayed to take on, and the city council went and pulled in some of the roads over there to start making some difference. So progress is starting. The Avondale property, such as the mess you see when you pass by there, they had blown to independent, they got what they wanted out, and then it was sold on to the county school board. You can't, you say, well, it's the county school board, it's Talladega County Commission. It's not. They have their own board and their own budget. So that's not a county commission thing to clean it up. It would be like working on private property. But there's ways to encourage to get some of those things done. And I plan on getting those things done, but you've got to use it diplomatically, talk to the right people. You got to know how to sit down and talk and communicate with people. Most things can be solved in a sit-down conversation 9 times out of 10. Sometimes they can't, but normally it's just getting everybody on the same page. And I feel like I'm pretty good about doing that.
You mentioned a little bit earlier about your candidates for District 5 and talking about the entire Talladega County Commission. I mean, there's a lot of responsibilities for being a commissioner overall.
They are. They really are. And more so outside the corporate city limits, but also inside the city limits. We have council and a mayor here that takes care of the taxpayers' dollars here in the city limits. Commissioners sort of, I tell people, they say, well, can I call you if I got a problem? I say, well, you live in the Sylacauga city limits, please call your council person first. And then if you can't get anything there, then give us a call and we'll see what we do. But you normally don't try to run over those guys. We respect what they do, and I'm sure they respect what our role is in government. Due to home rule government, there's some things that's, I think last time we kind of talked about that a little bit, but, home rule is, it sort of took a lot of legislative power out of a county commissioner's hands, but there's still a lot in our hands, and it is budgeted. It's keeping the county operating, even the courthouses, that's our responsibility to keep those funded and running, for Talladega and Sylacauga and then Childersburg office, that's part of our job to keep those running. There's a lot to do, different, but a lot to do.
A lot of bridges in Talladega County.
Yeah, you're right.
And,
it comes through us,
yeah.
So I guess if you see a bridge you don't like the looks of, you can start calling your county commissioner.
A lot of bridges are aged in some of the rural areas too.
Several of them need work.
Yeah.
There again, when people start talking about taxes, I just steer away from it. I think a lot of us feel like we've taxed enough. We want to see our government take the money that they already get and spend it wisely, and that is, will be my job. Another thing is too about a county commissioner, a lot of people realize probably the number one job that you've got too is public safety in your county, which would be cleaning right-of-ways where you can see and not get run over. Also, animal control. Believe it or not, that's a big responsibility of a county commissioner is animal control, where it be a dog, cat, or anything else. But
do we have in the county? Do we have facilities for animals? The commission gives so much money to both shelters that's in the county, up Talladega and here in Sylacauga. I would like to do a little changing with that. The southern end is not getting probably their fair share without bad talking anybody. A lot of times, even though I've been there in a city council position, I don't want to say too much. I go up there and look at what we're doing.
but I feel like we probably need to make some adjustments for the south end. And there's several things that I'd like to see done here that we're not getting done. Not to knock anybody. And Greg's been our commissioner for 8 years, and even you told me yourself, Greg's always been good. When you called him, he's been good to take care. And I hear that out there, you know, campaigning, knocking on doors. But I think we need to go to the next level. But you're gonna have to dig and work at it. If you're elected to go along to get along, there won't be a whole lot done here in this county. It'll be just the same old, same old. So I'm hoping to make a big difference for Sylacauga. And if I can't, then I probably won't reseek this office after 4 years. After I win, I'll probably bow out and let somebody else do it and do a better job than I can.
As a county commissioner, how do you guys work with the sheriff's department?
Well, you know, we do their budgeting. Mm-hmm. That's where their budgeting comes from, which is a big part of the budget, a big part of it. So we work with those guys to give them the most we can give them within what we have to give, mm-hmm. as you know, out of the big pool. So, but yeah, we do work real close with the sheriff's department.
So, how's the commission funded?
Well, it's state and federal funded.
Okay.
You know, tax dollars.
Yeah.
So, that's what I was saying a while ago. We can get, if we need more money, and we probably do. You know, the first thing you want to do is see where you're spending it. If you're spending it wisely, like you would do at your house, like I do at my mm-hmm. house with my budget, or like Robin would do at our house, our budget. But you know, it's the same principle, just on a larger scale. And you want to get your money's worth for the dollars you're spending there. And if there's any savings there, then we need to find them and apply them back to other things we need worse. And then also getting out and promoting. And we got people to do that, but as commissioners, we need to be out promoting Talladega County. Just like I like to see the city council, and I did as a city councilman, is courted people and say, hey, you know, we'd love to have you here, you know, and give them a reason to want to come here. So I feel like we should be doing that. It seems like that a lot of times we don't, but we need to. We need to get out. You know, if you're gonna ask folks to vote for you and put you to work, then you need to work for them. Mm-hmm. You need to work for all of them. I think everybody would love to see a few more better paying jobs around here. Everywhere you go, hey, I'd love, because a lot of our people are having to drive out of this county to go to work. You know that yourself. We're fortunate we don't have to, yes. But how many people here do? A lot of our citizens drive out of our county to go to work. It's a shame they can't stay here in our county and go to work. So,
final minute or two. In this camera right here.
This one right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I want you to talk to people and ask them or tell them why they should vote Phillip Morris next week, District 5, Talladega County Commission, in the Tuesday election next week.
July the 14th.
Yeah, runoff election.
Okay. Well, let me just say this. If elected, because of my experience, I won't start. This election will determine who will be the next county commissioner for the next 4 years for Talladega County. Because there's nobody running on Democrat or Independent in November, the person that wins Tuesday will be on that ballot by themselves. So Tuesday's vote is very important. If you want someone that will go in and start working immediately, I have the background experience, and I can go to work in November as soon as they swear me in. I'll go to work for you. We're all in it together. I need your opinions out there. I'd love to have them. You can go on my Facebook and send them. You can call me. You can come by my office at Morris Marble, any way you want to catch me, and give me your opinion. And if elected, I will go to work for you immediately. Matter of fact, I'll probably be working between now and November. I'd like for you just to consider me Tuesday the 14th. I'd like to have your vote, and I'd like to go to work for you. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Phillip Morris, candidate for Talladega County Commissioner, District 5 in the Republican runoff, coming up on next Tuesday, July the 14th. More Daybreak right after this.